Well, I guess there is some people in here. Uh, Let me get in here. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing, Miss Blue Moon? Edna, whoever else is in here. Let's see who else is in here. T Lee. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. I see we got a few people coming in. Uh Boy, it's cold here. I don't know about where you guys are. It was about right now it's 32 and it feels like 27 out there. We was getting a few flurries all day and all night. Uh, but no, I just thought I'd come on and let everybody know we got another card from Miss Blue Moon. Thank you, Miss Blue Moon, for the card. It's a nice card. It's a nice, pretty red card with snowmen and little elves on it. I feel like a little elf in this greenhouse. But yeah, I got your card today, Miss Blue Moon. I ain't got any more. That was the only one. Uh, but unless you all like that card, uh, I don't know if you guys noticed three stream there last night. It was a little bit different, but I know Miss Blue Moon and Edna. They was like, look at him. He looks like a little elf down there in that greenhouse. But no, thank you, Miss Blue Moon. Uh, Unless you'll really enjoy that. Uh, but no, thank you guys for coming in here. Supporting this. Uh, but that's all we can do is try. Uh, didn't really get to go deer hunting today. It was just too cold, and I said, "Yeah, we'll just let the deer go for this year." My son and his girlfriend, they got deer, so got plenty of deer meat. Uh, so I don't know if what you guys been into today, but I went out and fed cows today. Uh, I think I put out 7 hay bales today. Got some pretty big calves on them right now. I got to get them off. Got them all fenced in or all close to the barn to get them separated. Uh, but let's see what we can. Gonna mess with this thing in a minute or two. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day today. Uh, I know I had a pretty good day. Uh, if anybody wants to come up here and talk, they're welcome. Uh, I watched a few other shows today, just glimpsing through some stuff that people's putting up. Uh, yeah, I figured I would play with this restream a little bit. I was just going to come on here and test a few things to see, just see what's different on it and different things. But I said, I better not mess with it. But every night I figure something else out. I should drop the link now. I'm trying to. Hi, Lily J. Nice to see you in here. Uh, see Times in here. T Lee. There's a good many of you coming back in here. Like I said, I just thought I'd come in. And, but I've seen a few other people's been coming in. Uh, but yeah, I'll try to work on dropping this link. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. Hope y'all ain't getting a bunch of snow. I heard New York getting hammered. Seen a thing that said everybody's gonna get I think it was gonna go through Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, a big snowstorm. So you better get repaired this week for the snow. Go to the back room. Already fed Jasper. Got the chickens closed up. I was gonna bring Jasper in here, let you guys, but I was afraid of him eating my cords. Uh, check the back room. Ain't nobody back here. Yeah, I just thought I'd come in and tell them we got another letter from Miss Blue Moon. And that's all I got today. So if anybody wants to come up, they can just hit the link. And they're welcome to come up here. Oh, try to think something else to talk about. Yeah, I try to try not to keep my eyes too much on the news because you really can't believe it. You know, you practically got to go off of just different people. Everybody's saying the same thing. Uh, so how are you? There's T Lee. I try to stay in the
Hey
back.
Barry,
Hi, how are you?
I'm worn out. You kept me up too late last night.
I stayed up too, and then I uh stayed up, and then I woke up this morning. I was going to go hunting, and I went outside, and I was like, well, I was nice and warm. I think I'll just go back to bed. I said I ain't chasing no deers today.
I don't know what time I stayed up till because I stayed up a little after getting off last night, and then I got up 7:30 this morning. I couldn't go back to sleep, so
Do you drink
I'm
coffee?
good gravy. No, I
I was
don't
wondering if
like.
you.
I don't like the taste of coffee. Now, when they had the vanilla peppermint creamer a couple of years back, I drink a little bit then.
Yeah, I like the hazelnut uh creamer, and it's different.
Well, I like hazelnuts, but I'm not a big fan of that creamer. But
Uh,
I really do like vanilla, and I really do like the peppermint, and that's it.
yeah. Well, they got
But I,
when you go to that aisle and look at, I tell you what, they got a lot of flavors, don't they?
yeah, yeah, they did a couple of years back anyway. I haven't looked lately because the simple fact of it is I'm not going to spend that kind of money for creamer no more.
Well, do you know what the pod coffee pots are?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, when you go to that aisle and look at the different things you can send through that pod thing, boy, you can make it's just like being in a gas station or something with the cappuccino machine. You can pick about any flavors.
yeah, I saw that. Well, right now, well, earlier tonight, I had my hot chocolate with marshmallows and peppermint candies.
Yeah, I,
I
I
love
love
that.
yeah, I love hot chocolate. Uh that's like the chocolate cocoa, that you can
Yeah,
make. It's good too.
I like the homemade chocolate cocoa best, with Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, Hershey's cocoa, I should say. I like that the best, but dang, I'm too lazy to make any lately. So,
That gives me a good idea what I can have Edna make for me when we get off of here.
well, if it was me, I'd beat you with the dang stick until you make your own damn self.
But yeah, I like when she makes the old fashioned cocoa with the Hershey chocolate. It's good.
Yeah, it is good. The only thing is, you gotta stand there and stir that stuff so it won't burn.
Yeah, you
I
got to
ain't
make.
standing there standing long. Ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, you got to make sure it don't burn. You're right on that. So I know you've made it before.
Yeah.
If you don't watch it, it'll burn up on you fast.
Yeah, that's why you gotta stir it. Just keep
Uh,
it moving a little bit.
but uh,
So,
but no, I see Tina P's in here. Thanks for coming in here, Tina B. Uh,
hey Tina.
but last night I did. I don't really watch chat. You guys talk in there, but afterwards I watched it and but anyway, I went back and I seen where Helen was wanting prayer, and I probably should have asked you guys, and if you guys want, we can pray for her tonight. You know, I know we can do that for her to lift her hopes up, or whatever struggle she's having. But uh, but I know there's a lot of us out there struggling. But
And in different areas of our life. Some of us have medical problems, some of us have mental problems, some have financial problems, some has everything.
Yeah, but I didn't really. I was going to come back on last night because I didn't really see chat, and I was like, I said, well, if she needs prayer, we'll give it to her. But I didn't get to really see chat. 'Cause I watched a replay on it,
Well,
but I just wanted to tell her sorry, and I seen where Edna and Miss Blue Moon prayed for her. I'm glad they did,
yes,
but.
very much so. Christmas season is the hardest time of the year.
I agree to that. My mom tells me that every year. She sees her grandkids and stuff during Christmas. But that's the hardest time of the year, she said, because, she remembers her childhood and stuff. But, uh, but no, it is. It's rough. And that's why I said, you got a neighbor, he's by himself, go check on him. Because you're right on that. It's definitely the hard time. Even Thanksgiving's hard on family.
Yeah, and so is Easter, believe it or not, because most families are together on Easter just like they are Thanksgiving and Christmas. So
Do you
the hardest,
watch Yellowstone?
no, I don't
You
watch
ain't.
TV.
Yeah, I see. They said there was something's breaking out there at Yellowstone right now. I seen it in the news. I'm not really
Uh,
sure.
well, I know that the geyser out there is supposed to get. Well, they've been saying it's getting ready to blow for the last, I don't know, 20 years. But here lately, it seems like it's about ready to blow. They're talking about it more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I seen it just come across the news before I started the live up. And I should have stood there and watched it, and then I knew what I was talking about. But I think it was a volcano and
Yeah.
getting ready to erupt and different things. But I'm not really sure. But I was just wondering if you watched Yellowstone because they said things are really gearing up there.
Well, did you see the earthquake in California on the fault line?
Yeah,
Now, Texas has had 2 or 3 earthquakes in the last month, and then this fault line in California. I don't know how many earthquakes have happened in Mexico. But yeah,
but
there's a lot of shaking in this earth, shaking things up.
well, I think it needs shook up, a little bit.
I think it needs shook up quite a bit.
You think it needs shook up a bunch in, huh?
Oh yeah.
Did you get any of that white stuff?
Unfortunately, we got some of it, and then fortunately, by the time it got dark, it was all gone.
Yeah, I was wondering, but by farther I look next week, keep on looking into the weather. I see it. Uh, it's like on the 22nd when we're supposed to show up at Alicia's house. I said I hope we don't end up with a bunch of snow that week.
Well, from what I understand, we're supposed to have a white Christmas. Now, does that mean we're going to have a nasty Christmas? I don't know. And I sure hope not, because even, the snowplow drivers have family. So,
Well, me and Edna was over town there yesterday, and she was. We seen the truck, and they spray calcium on the road, and she's like, "What do they know that we don't?"
well, up here, they spray salt. In fact, we live on top of a salt mine, and it's not the good salt to eat. It's the salt you put on the ground, you know.
Yeah. Well, down where they put that refinement for gas and oil, they put it along the river, but they went and mined all the salt mines out, and they're going to pump that gas back into the ground. And but they took all the salt mines out, took the salt, and I think they piled them up at the one plant, and they was selling that salt to the county. But well, they probably selling it to. I seen them putting it on trains and stuff, but and they was just putting it in dump trucks and taking it different places. But anyway, we seen the snow flurries. It was coming down pretty hard this morning. I was going to go live early this morning, but it didn't stick around very long. Edna goes, I don't want to see that. I hope it goes away real fast. I've already seen enough of it.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah, she don't like snow.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
mind.
If I had my druthers, I'd live somewhere where you don't see much snow. Now, snow is pretty on Christmas Day, but that's about it. And
Well,
really, for me, I don't even have to have snow on Christmas Day.
yeah, I don't either, and but it's nice when you don't have to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how many people don't have to go anywhere? I mean,
Yeah.
most kids are going back to mom and dad's, you know, and dragging their families along.
Yeah.
And anymore, there's not that many kids, you know, in the family. Some may some may have 6 to 10, but not many. Not like when I was a kid. I mean, I come from a rather large extended family. I have six brothers. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My mom had 2 brothers and 5 sisters, but 2 of them had passed way before I was born.
Well,
And most of her sisters had 6 kids.
but but my grandma, she had 13 kids, and then my mom's side, she had 9. Them are big
Yeah,
family.
yeah. Can you imagine traveling in
No, I
snow
couldn't. I
trying to
couldn't
get to mom
imagine.
and dad's house? No.
Yeah, that'd make a pretty big family real fast,
Oh yeah. Try fitting.
especially.
Well, all my whenever I was a kid, we all get together, aunts, uncles, cousins, for Christmas dinner. You know, Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, and sometimes Easter. Not often, but sometimes. But man, you try to fit in all those adults with all those kids, ranging anywhere from 35 to 2 in a house. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
That,
that's like my grandpa. He had like an 8-bedroom house, and I was like, man, there's a lot of kids here.
my
But
grandpa had a 3 bedroom house, 1 bathroom. That bathroom door was constantly opening and closing.
well, he had a lot of bedrooms, but he only had one bathroom.
Well, the good thing about grandma and grandpa, they had a basement, and sometimes it'd be pretty warm outside. 65. Kids go out and play.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty quiet in the news.
Well, usually on Saturday and Sunday it is pretty quiet. And it's during the week that it all breaks open.
But I was looking tonight before it came on, see who was on, and I was like, well, there ain't nobody on. I said, oh yes, come on. I seen one person, and that was Shane, and I was like, well, I'll go on. Maybe somebody sitting at home wants to come on and talk.
Well, I started watching a show on Rumble, and this man, whoever he was, I don't know who he was. Don't even know what was the show's name. But this man couldn't speak without every other word a cuss word. I was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm done. So and
Uh,
I thought he might have been pretty interesting, but I mean, couldn't even get through the first 5 minutes of it. I was like, okay, turn it off. I have no idea what they were going to talk on.
that's like, a few months ago, I was talking about the coal mines, they shut some of the last ones down here. And do, do you are you by the river where you can see the barges going up and down the river? Cause
Oh
I would,
no.
oh, it seems like they're hauling all the coal from Pennsylvania and New York. That's why I was wondering.
Well, I have no idea. I don't know. I know my county, unless you had coal, you don't get a coal furnace now. I don't even think they sell those things anymore. But no, whenever I was living in Western Kentucky, the town was by the river, but we lived out in the
Yeah.
country. And
Well,
every now and then, whenever I go to Cairo, you'd see the barges all the time
yeah,
going up and down.
it's just like this summer when the mine closed there this summer, and we'd have our boat on the river, and we'd sit there and be like, well, you'd see uh coal boats going down through there, but they was coming from like down through the Ohio Valley, but they'd be coming from Pennsylvania, New York, just northern from us, because they took all our power plants and turned them into gas plants now. They upgraded them.
Well, I don't know what they did down south. Whenever I was a kid, they built a nuclear power plant down there by Paducah, and it shut down most of the coal mines in southern Illinois. And I have no idea if there's coal mines down there anymore or not.
No, why I'm saying that is, maybe Kentucky or, Tennessee, uh, all them guys still has the same coal plants up, and I thought maybe they was buying the coal from there to take on the boats, and because I don't
I
think
don't
they're going to.
I don't know, Larry. That's something I haven't lived down there in 20, 19, 20 years, so I don't know.
But I know here they've upgraded them to the natural gas.
I don't know that either. I don't know if they did that or not. The
But
only thing I do know is about 4 years ago, I guess, maybe 5, they were putting in natural gas line through this area, and I yelled at Tony. I said, "Go out there and ask them how much it's going to cost us to get hooked up to that natural gas." I said it'd have to be a hell of a lot cheaper than paying for propane all the time. So, and it cost us, I think, around $800 to do that, to get hooked up, or maybe 15. I don't know, 1,500.
But no, when they done that here at my house, it's a 10-inch and a 12-inch line runs through here. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get gas here. I won't have to burn wood or order anything. I can just hook onto that gas line. They was like, no, the line's too big, and we're gonna send it to these places to break it down. They're getting these plastic chips out of there. They're taking the metals out, and but the way I understood, after they separate it, they'll send it to like these big cities, like where you live. And but
Honey,
I thought I'd get hooked onto it, but they said, there's just too much to get hooked to it.
I don't know where you think I live, but I don't live near a big city. I live
Oh,
20
I thought,
miles. No, I live 20 miles away from a big city, from
yeah,
Rochester.
I thought you was right in downtown of New York.
Good gravy, no baby. Not this country, girl.
Yeah, I
I
thought you.
lived I lived in Dallas. Well, between Dallas and Houston, not Houston, Dallas and Fort Worth at one point in a subdivision called, well, it wasn't a subdivision, but a little area called Irving, Texas. And I finally looked at Tony one day and I said, you better either A, get this little country girl out of here, or this little country girl is going to start killing people.
But no, I thought you was like downtown, like where Trump Tower is, down in the big part of the city.
No, no, no. I'm upstate New York. I'm up above you, baby.
Yeah, I just thought you. I thought maybe you lived down where the traffic's really bad.
Mhm.
You
I
know.
live on one of the main highways that the Canadian truckers use all the time.
Yeah.
It's okay. In front of my house, well, it's not a house, it's a trailer, but that's beside the point. Right in front is a speed limit sign that says 45. But it's 45, 50, 45, 50 out for like 10 miles. Anyway, the Canadian truckers come flying down. They don't care what the speed limit is. They just keep on hauling. I'm like, dude, slow down just a tad bit. There's been too many times where I thought, a big truck was going to hit the bus because these guys do not slow down. There's been so many times I thought I was going to get rear-ended. Lord.
Well, that's like these gas guys that come in here and they're hauling that water and stuff. It's amazing how big those trucks are and when they're loaded. And then you got them on these little country roads and they don't realize that big truck don't run on that road very good because the road's so small. And you'll see them on their side all the time.
Now, I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, we had one last week. I seen it was going up Route 9 and it was on its side. But and you see these big semis that's hauling gravel and or stone or something, and you'll see them every once in a while. Because all the roads here is like little horse and buggy roads. You got two lanes, but they're still pretty small and windy.
Yeah, that's like whenever I was a kid, we were living on my grandpa's farm in a trailer down there, and they had the town had said they were going to pave this road that my grandparents lived on forever, and they still hadn't done it when I left, and I was in my teens by that time.
But you want me to drop the link, see if Lily J wants to come up or Miss Blue Moon?
Sure.
Yeah.
The more, the merrier.
Yeah, I'll drop the link again, see if one of them wants to come up. They're probably making fun of me on there about they were saying this was my little elf station. Earlier, I heard Edna and Miss Blue Moon talking on the phone. Well, it was around lunchtime, and they was like, "Where's Larry at?" "Oh, he's feeding cows." And oh, I didn't realize that I was down here doing something. Said, "Well, it looks like Larry's working in his little elf station down there." Because I do a lot of stuff out here in the greenhouse because it's outside and it's usually warm during the day, but at night it cools off.
Is either one of them coming up?
I don't know. I think it's dropped. Yeah, it's dropped. But yeah, really, I just thought, see if you came on here, see if you got snow, see how your day's going or everybody else's day.
Well, right now we don't have any. I thank God for it because I just dislike that snow so much. But I hate cold wind too. I mean that is one thing that I really cannot stand is the cold wind.
Well, that was one reason, I didn't even want to go hunting this morning. 'Cause, sitting out there getting cold, and I said, well, I've already been hunting 2 or 3, well, a whole week, and then I said, my kids has already got uh, deers and stuff. I said, we really don't need it. If I do it, I'll end up having to can it all. So, but, we still got a few more days to go, but it's hard to tell. I just don't want to go out there, sit in the snow, and, it's 28 degrees in the wind factor, and, get sick. I got animals to take care of. Well, I don't see them in the back room, so maybe they don't want to come up and talk to us. Maybe we can't. We don't have nothing to talk about.
I guess we're boring, Larry.
Well, that's what I said. I said I must be boring. Miss Miz is clapping her hands. She says, "Yeah, he's boring." She's gonna she's gonna entertain us up there in the chat, I think. So how's your boys getting along? They're getting along pretty good?
The one, my oldest one, he was sick last week, and he called me, Mom, what should I do? And he told me what he had been doing. And I said, well, just keep it up, honey. Keep up what you're doing. That's all you can do.
Yeah, that's about all you can do. You got your Christmas tree up?
Yes, yes. Um, oh,
I was wondering
oh,
if you got you one of them little tiny Christmas trees.
no. Okay. Several years back, Tony really pissed me off. So I went out and bought a real tree because he's allergic to pine trees.
Well, that's mean.
Yeah, I kept it up for a couple of years just because. Just because I was feeling froggy. Anyway, this year I decided I wanted a tree that I can put up every year if I choose to, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was headed out to get a green tree, but I was told I had so much money and this is how much money I could spend. Well, I went to Home Depot first because that's where I work, and I didn't like their trees because I was going after a certain one, and it wasn't there. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll stop at Michael's just to see. Didn't like their trees either. Went over to Hobby Lobby. They didn't have any trees that I saw. I was like, okay, no big hairy deal. So I went over to Walmart because that's on my way to Lowe's, and all their trees were boxed up. I don't even know if they had any out. So I get over to Lowe's and I like the price of this one tree. I mean, I'm really liking the price of this one tree because it says $149. I'm thinking, that's a good price, really. So I get over there and um, it's a white tree with pastel color lights on it,
Mm-hmm.
and they twinkle and stuff. So I bought the tree. I brought it home, and Levi put it up. We still do not have one ornament on that tree. That's how pretty I think it is without anything on it. I'm afraid to put anything on it because I'm afraid it'll make it ugly.
It'll probably be fine. Hi, Urban. I tell you what, if you guys wanted to see a nice meal, Urban made a nice meal tonight. You know, I'd love to have been at his house.
That wasn't at my house. That was at the little restaurant in town.
Oh, I thought maybe you cooked that up. I was like, man, that looks good.
Uh, no, I'm too lazy to
Hey,
cook a meal like that.
hey, Irvin, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Miss T. Lee. How you doing?
I am worn out. Larry kept me up too late last night.
Yeah, I saw you.
I got up at 2 o'clock yesterday morning, 2:30, somewhere around in there. And I was still up and going whenever he came on last night. And I was like, okay, I'll get up and talk to him for a little bit. I didn't realize it was going to be 2 hours later.
That's the way he is. He gets you talks your ear off.
But, you know, I think it's fun sometimes, especially if you don't see people for a while and, you know, you get to talk to them. And that's like I said, I seen Urban sent me that picture. I was like, man, I like to been eating at Urban's house to look at, and look what he had good.
Yeah, that was called the musket. I think it was called.
What was it?
It was an omelet stuffed with all kinds of meats, mushrooms, green peppers, onions, and then it had potatoes on the side and then toast.
It looked good.
Sounds good.
Oh, it's enough
Yeah.
for two.
We got a place that's called Choo Choo's here. And every time you go there, heck, one plate's enough to feed 3 or 4 people. It's like, man, you guys definitely give your money's worth.
Most of the places up here are Italian, and I like Italian food. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't Italian. I'm a country girl.
Oh, I love lasagna and stuff like that. I could eat that every day almost.
Yeah, well, after a while, you get tired of it too. Believe me, I know. I've been
Yeah.
there. I've done it. But yeah, most of the places up here, if they're family owned, it's Italian. Most of the people up here in this area that I live in are Italian.
Yeah,
Well, you
the
guys-
only
Which
thing- Go ahead.
I ain't saying anything bad about Italians because my 2 boys are half, so I'm just tired of the food, that's all.
This little restaurant we go to, I take a senior lady down there with me on Saturdays, and it's country food. It's called the Lone Star, and that's what they serve: country, home down country food.
Oh, I love, what is that called? What is that restaurant called? It's all over the United States, and they serve country food. I can't think of the name of it. I'll think of it tomorrow sometime. But
Cracker Barrel?
yes, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel.
I love that place.
I like going to the Outback and getting their blooming onion. That's what I like.
Well, we had an Outback up here, but I don't know that it's still there after COVID hit.
But we got
I think
another
they shut
place.
it down.
We got another place. It's called Cafe, and it's all Amish working it pretty well, and it's all country food in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, me and my boys like Cracker Barrel. Tony doesn't like it, but he'll eat there sometimes. But that's one place I could eat there almost every night because I like their barbecue and the mashed potatoes and the fried okra. You can't get good fried okra unless you go to Cracker Barrel up here.
Well, that's like there's another place, they do country stuff, and it's like liver and onions, and my father-in-law goes there, and I'm like, well, I'll take the baked steak, and he gets the liver and onions, mashed potatoes.
I haven't had a good blooming onion since me and my best friend went to Cracker Barrel about 3 years ago, I guess it was. 3 or 4 years ago. And that was the last time I've had one. They used to sell them at the flea market up here. But I haven't seen them there at the flea market. Well, I know the last 3 years.
So, Urban, did you get any of that white stuff out of the sky?
Not yet. They're calling for 1 to 3 tonight into tomorrow.
Have you ever see these new chain things that you can put on your tires? You know how the rims are cut out and they got the holes that goes through the rims. Well, now they make it's like a block and different things on them where you can just stick it through that hole, and it's just so much simpler to put and chains to put on. I see a lot of people using them anymore.
Yeah, I've seen the advertisements for them. I don't know how good they work. Are they legal?
I even seen them use them. You know, when you go to the ocean and you drive your car out in the sand. You know, I've drove my truck out in the sand, and you get out in the sand, and if you don't have full wheel drive, you can get hung up pretty fast in that sand. Uh, but I see them put them blocks on their car tires, and it's just like a belt putting a belt on your tire, and they'll put about four of them on there, and heck, you'll just go right through that sand.
Yeah, that's what they say. See, out here, Larry, on the passes, you have to chain up sometimes if you don't have four-wheel drive or snow tires. So
Where do
I
you
don't know.
live at?
I live in Washington State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I live in. It's called Concrete. It's up. It's up in the mountains. I live away from everything. All these restaurants you guys are talking about, I have to drive 30 to 35 miles one way to get to something like that.
Yeah. Well, mine is the closest one I've got about 20 miles, 25 miles away.
Yeah.
I know.
Upstate New York is very beautiful. I've been there.
It's beautiful, without a doubt. Won't argue that point, especially here in the Finger Lakes where you got all these hills and stuff. But I just have to say, it's just too dang cold.
Well, when I seen those pictures Irvin shared with me on Tubi, I'll tell you what, if I if I'd ever go out there at Irvin's, up there in them mountains, I'd probably fall in love with it up in there. Not want to come back.
Well, I'll tell you what, Washington State's pretty. I've been all over the United States except for Alaska and Hawaii. I had a chance to go to Mexico, and I was like, nope, don't want to do that. Sorry. And he asked me why, and I said, look, I'm sitting on this side of the river. I'm staying on this side of the river. I ain't going over there. You want to go over there? Get you a cab and go. I'll climb in the back of the truck and go to sleep.
But no, when he sent me those pictures, I was thinking all mountains with no trees, rock caves and stuff, and sand, and just. And when I seen it, I was like, man, look at how pretty the trees are there.
We have big trees right outside my trailer. I got 40, 50-foot cedar trees, and they go up to 75, 100 feet out here.
They are pretty.
Yeah, you could. Just looking around, like from the river and different things, I was like, man, that's pretty country out there. I'd say you guys probably even got a bunch of them big cats out there.
Oh, yeah, we do. We have them come through our little community.
I had a friend that went up there and got one of those, and I've never seen one, but he got it mounted, and it was stretched across his picture window, going across a big log because it was a big log home. And I was like, man, I wouldn't know what to think. See one of them jump down in front of me. I never realized they was that big.
Oh, they're huge.
Yeah,
they
are huge.
They look like big tigers came from the zoo or something, because their paws are so big around. It's like, man, one hit with that would take you out fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have them here, though. They do wander around out here where I'm at. They've been in here several times. We just had a bobcat running through our neighborhood the other week. Last year, a mile up the road from us, a cougar took out 3 German shepherds.
Yeah, I never knew they was that big till I actually seen one. I was like, man, them things really get big. But I seen on the Mountain Men, I watched that show, and I see that guy chasing them cats and stuff, and I seen them big coon hounds are they can take them coonhounds out pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
And them big cats, I mean, they're just amazing.
Well, I was going to take some pictures and send you today, Larry, but the clouds were low on the mountains. You couldn't see them. All you could see was clouds.
Hey, did either one of you see the YouTube about the snow in Alaska?
They got hit hard up there from what I saw. Anchorage.
Yeah, real hard. Had to close the schools, and I don't think they ever close the schools up there.
Yeah.
My neighbor, they got a daughter that lives up in Anchorage, and her boyfriend's in the military, and he's in right now. But yeah, I didn't hear anything about the storm. But that's another place I like to visit is Anchorage in Alaska.
Too
Well,
cold for me.
they just had a 6.5 earthquake up there this week.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
did
seen
they?
that.
Yeah, I want to get on. I got 2 earthquake guys I watch. I got to get on their channels and see what's happening because they're happening in Alaska and they're happening down in California and South America, and there's nothing happening here
Okay.
on the West Coast. I'm afraid one's going to snap out here.
There's been 3 in Texas that I know of in the last month. The one in California happened on the fault line, but I hadn't heard about the one in Alaska.
Yeah, that I saw that early this morning. I think it was. It was either late last night or early this morning.
Now, has anybody heard if there's tornado hit down south with this storm?
The other night I heard it, I thought they said one went through Louisiana. I don't know.
Yeah, some went through Louisiana right below Rhino, and then some went through Mississippi the next night.
But, that's what I heard, But, I don't got too many friends that live down there. But, I see it on the news and different things and people talking about it. And, but I got a feeling that we're going to all get a big snowstorm next week.
Hey, Larry, wash your mouth out with soap, dude.
Hey, we're going to have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And we're all going to have to go out and sled ride.
No, we all ain't.
We got to go out and enjoy it. I'll just have to do a live, and we'll all have to have our sleds going out and sled riding. We'll plan it now.
No. We ain't doing that.
Just think we can all be on here showing ourselves, and we can be live on our sleds. Just join next week.
No, I gotta work. It ain't gonna work.
Well, you'll have to pick somebody else out of the chat to go with me and Urban in.
Well, Larry, I told you the other night, you keep using them 4-letter words, you better get another show ready to go because YouTube's going to take you off the air.
Why, they don't like that word?
No, it's the rest of us don't like it.
Oh, that's true.
The rest of them don't like it. I don't know if Lee J's still in there, is she?
I see her bouncing around every now and then. That's my neighbor.
I can drop the link in case she wants to come up here.
Yeah, that's Lily J's my neighbor to the south.
Isn't she in Idaho or is she in Oregon?
No, she's in Washington also.
Oh, okay.
And then you let the dogs pull you on your sled.
I'm trying to drop it.
Yeah, don't ask him questions whenever he's trying to do something.
One
That's
track
for sure.
away.
He'll disappear and leave us up here all by ourselves.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see him push that right button to get the screen straight again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You know, it says new. It says new on platform. I'm gonna go back and get the old platform because we're all. But you know, we look so small. But when they, you know, after YouTube goes through it and you start rewatching it, we're all real big.
Oh, okay. I haven't rewatched any.
And then, like the bottom chat and where the chat is now, you can pair the two chats together. They're, you know, to see if they're running the same. It's a little, it's just different, you know.
And Larry doesn't like different. We know.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I'd try it, you know, see if I can get used to it.
Well, just trying it a couple of days ain't going to get you used to nothing. You got to try it for a while.
But you know, like Urban said, he don't really like it because it's stacked on top of stuff, and then it's just you really can't see when you're doing the show.
Well, I have it on my TV also, and it's just you don't see the comments, the chat as much. You only see like 2 or 3 things of it, where when it's on the side, you can see 5 or 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so that tells me I need to go back to the old thing.
If they'll let you.
Oh, they will. They give you options, but you know, after you start the show, they don't give you no options. You can't go back till you start your next one. Yeah, I think the link. Go ahead, Lily.
I think I'm going to head get off here because I'm getting to the point where I can barely keep my eyes open no more.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and talk to me and Urban.
Oh, no problem. It's been a joy. Anyway, y'all stay safe and
Yeah, you
stay
too.
warm.
Yes,
Talk
you
to you
too, Miss
later.
T. Lee. You too, Miss T.
Bye.
Lee. Thank you.
No problem, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Yeah.
Such a wonderful lady.
Yeah, she is. You know, she's called me and checked up on me and stuff. Yeah, she's really, you know, she's really caring for people. But you know, it's just like I told Miss Blue Moon. I said it's hard to, you know, it's like you know, I get to talk to you, Teely, and different people, and I said that it lifts my spirits up every day. You get to talk to different people.
Well, yeah, it sure does.
But no, that's like when you sent me those pictures. You know, I ain't been out there in that area, and you know, it's pretty country out in there.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What
You
I
know,
want to try to do is get a picture of the town, our business district, with the mountain in the background.
yeah, that would be pretty.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go and get a picture of Mount Baker I can see from over here and send it
Now
to you.
Now that cabin that was across that creek, do you live in that cabin?
No, that is actually for sale right now. They want $150,000 for that, and it's totally gutted out.
Oh, I said, boy, that would be a pretty place, long as the water wouldn't get you.
Well, you're losing about a foot of land every year from that.
So I just wonder if you could, I see people around here, they get places like that, and then they have a company come in and drive pallet, and then they refill it.
Nope, you can't do that out here.
Yeah.
The Native Americans has water rights out here for the rivers and stuff.
Yeah. Instead of washing all your ground away, fix it where it can't wash it away.
Yeah, no, you can't do that here.
Huh.
I'll have to go. I know the guy that owns that little place. I'll have to go up and walk around front of that cabin and look out in the river and show you where his septic system used to be.
But what kind of fish comes down that river? Just trout, bass?
No, salmon.
Yeah, I was wondering what comes down. Is that the only things in there?
There's supposed to be trout in there, and then a couple different kinds of salmon.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really good. I haven't fished it yet, but it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, I like fishing, and and you really it looks deep in places, but it's hard to tell.
Oh yeah, it's deep in places. They run boats up there with jet motors on them.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if you can put a boat in there, because a lot of places here, because that didn't look like it's very far across from land to land. At least to me, it don't look very far.
No, for being called a river, it's not very wide.
Yeah,
I'm used to the river that I used to live by. It was a mile wide.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Because you can see the sandbars and stuff and the beaches on each side. I was like, it don't look like it's very wide, but it looks like the water comes up and cleans the sand and takes everything away, and it puts new sand on.
That from year to year, yes. Our beach changed. We had a big flood last November, so it changed our whole beach. And the house that lives across the river lost 20 feet of their yard last year.
And you said they don't ever get to put that back.
No, it's gone. They live on they live probably about 75 feet off the water.
But what do you do if your septic was there,
You lose it.
You just lose and have to put it somewhere else?
Yes.
Well, that'd be a big waste.
Yeah, you're losing land every time it floods, every year. Like I said, where that little cabin is, he probably lost, from the time that cabin was put there, they lost about 40 feet of land.
And you probably would never even get no help from humanity or OSHA or probably none of them places, would you?
No, you can't do nothing. It just washes away and you can't do a thing. That cabin's been moved, I was told, 3 different times.
Yeah, I was wondering. I said, well, that'd be a waste of money to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy nothing along there.
Yeah, because it's nice there, but, you'd lose a lot.
Yeah. Yes. No, I would never buy. I had a chance to buy a piece over there, and I would never buy it because you're losing it. You're losing money.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems like I see if Miss Blue Moon, you want to come up?
Come on up, Miss Blue Moon.
Yeah, I figure we'll get her in here. But no, it seems very nice there. It's like, when Edna went to California out in to see them squally trees. Have you been through there?
No, I won't go to California.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you've been out to see, the squally trees and the different things there, the Grand Canyon, there's a lot of pretty sights there to see. I always wanted to see it. And, Edna showed me pictures of her going across the Grand Canyon. They're standing in those trees. It's been hollowed out. Got big, tall vehicle in there. And they're standing on the top, and they're still 30 feet from the top of it. And it's hard to believe a big vehicle can drive right through a hollow tree.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm working on a van right now. It's in the shop right now, getting work done to it. And as soon as I get all the mechanical work done on it, I'm going to fix the inside up, and then I'm going traveling.
Yeah, that would be nice to do. But especially with the van, a van, you can put everything in. You don't have to, if you don't get it at a hotel when you want, you can practically pull about anywhere and lay your head down and relax.
Oh yeah, I won't be staying in hotels or nothing. I'll be living out of the van.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, I'm getting stuff. While I have extra money, I'm starting to buy stuff that I'll need when I do it. Like I've already bought a portable shower. Now I just got to get the little shower building.
Well, there's the woman of the hour.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
Oh, Miss Blue Moon.
Hi, Irvin. How are you today?
I'm doing a lot better, lovely lady.
Oh, that is good. That is good. Prayers work.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I knew there was a big storm coming through here because I was hurting really bad in the middle of the week.
That has got to be hard.
Well, it's just like a barometer. That's what they used to call me, a barometer, because we always knew when a storm was coming.
Right? Maybe you should start charging people for the weather.
Yeah, but I've been like this for about 10 years now, so I'm starting to get used to it.
Oh, Lord, Larry left us.
Again?
Yeah.
Maybe he went out to go hunting since he didn't do it today.
Yeah, he hunts out his window at night. I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to tell nobody that.
No, you're not, because they might be listening, so I don't think he does that.
But I tell you what, I'm not ready for snow. I'm ready for the spring.
That's what everybody said. The lady that goes with me to lunch on Saturday, she said the same thing. And I said, well, earlier this summer when it was 90 degrees out, you were saying you wanted winter.
Yeah, that's true. It's like everybody is not satisfied that he hits triple digits and everybody's like, oh, they want winter, they want snow. Larry's back.
Yeah, Larry's back.
You guys are so funny.
What'd we do?
You guys said I was deer hunting. I don't deer hunt. I just go to eat the food and the snacks.
And watch the squirrels.
Yeah, I like watching the squirrels. This year there's tons of squirrels. But we had all that timbering done. I was like, well, I guess they have to go somewhere. They're looking for new homes now.
Yeah, you took all their homes from them. You evicted them.
Yeah. But a lot when them loggers was in there logging, a lot of them trees they had to leave because the whole centers was hollow.
Yeah, yeah.
They doesn't even make a log, and the whole center's gone. And I was like, heck, if you knew that the logs was hollow, should have just left them stand.
Yeah, but that's just it. And I know a logger out here, and they say they are very dangerous to cut.
But no, Miss Blue Moon, we'll let you get your stuff done.
Okay,
Right.
thank you very much, Larry.
Oh, we did get your card.
Oh, good. That is so exciting.
So that gives us 3 cards now, and 3 presents so far have been sent in the mail. So that's a good thing. We're making it. It's going to be slow, but we got a few days left. So, but I'll drop some more videos today that we go over there, and you guys can see what we've done on this show. You know, just to show you, we're going to make her happy when she sees us.
Yes, it's going to be super exciting. I cannot wait. And you're right. Today is almost over. Sunday will be the 18th. Then we've only got 4 days. I am waiting like a kid, Larry. I'm so excited.
Oh, I am too. You know, I'm like, boy, I just can't wait to see her face and, lift her spirits up. It's going to be fun.
Yes, I cannot wait. So, those of you joining us tonight or seeing this on the replay, if you don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about our angel Alicia. Larry and Edna knows her from their community, and they brought her to us, and we decided to adopt her as our angel for Christmas and part of our family. She'll be part of our chat. She'll be part of us. She is a beautiful person. She's a very beautiful girl. And she's 19 years old. She's in a wheelchair. She's paralyzed from the waist down. And it's just her and her single mother that they're together. They have no help. They don't have anybody. And we're trying to do the best we can so that Alicia can have a beautiful Christmas. So what we have done is we have asked that if anyone can help, don't put yourself out, but if you have a little extra, if you could help, send a Walmart gift card or a gift to the address in the chat, which it will go to Larry P. He will load it all up in his van on the 22nd. He will go over to Alicia's and she will open her gifts. Larry will go live, like he said, and we will get to watch her open them. And then they are going to transport her to the van and take her to Walmart. And she gets to spend her gift cards and shop for whatever she would like for herself. And it's a really big deal because she doesn't get to get out very much. And then once they leave from Walmart, they're going to Pizza Hut, where Larry will go live for a few minutes. Let us see that they're at Pizza Hut. I'm sure she will be having a great time. And then Larry will cut it. That way they can have some privacy. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I wouldn't want to sit and eat on a live video. But after that, we will keep everyone updated. Like I said, we've adopted her as part of our family. She will be on and off of here. And because we're not, just going to forget about her because the holiday is over. We are asking, if at all possible, if you send a gift card or a gift to Larry, that you get it there by the 22nd. And if you cannot get it there by then, that's fine. Whatever arrives after that date, Larry will still take it over to her and do a live showing that she received it. Larry has videos on his channel and you can meet her. I've dropped the link in the chat several times and you can meet her, see who we're talking about, see that she is real, she does exist. This is complete honesty. There was no money involved. That's why we ask for gifts and gift cards. If you have, if you cannot send nothing, send her a note, send her a prayer, send her a letter. Just let her know people are out there. People care. There are good people. And she needs to know that. Her and her mom's alone. And it would be nice. It would be nice just to get a card saying, hey, Merry Christmas and, just to just to build her confidence back that there are still good people out there, because it's kind of hard when you see the news and stuff every day, everything going on in the world, and people ain't neighborly anymore and things like that. We all know that. But people need to come together. Communities need to get back together. Neighbors need to be neighbors. You need to check on the elderly. Like Larry's been talking, there's a bad storm coming. Check on your neighbors. Make sure they're warm. If they ain't got a stove, if you got an extra one, loan it to them. If you see an animal tied out in the storm that's coming, report it. Be the change. If everybody would step up and be the change, then the world would be a totally different place. We've all got to start somewhere. In my opinion, it starts at home. That's just my opinion. I don't get paid for it. But Alicia's sizes are 2X in clothes. She likes sweat outfits. They're very comfortable in her chair, pajamas. Her shoe size is 10.5. Her sock size is 9 to 11. She loves to draw. She loves art. She loves the colored pencils, crayons, paint by number, charcoal pencils, art pads, glitter, anything to do with art. She has a table, which is her station. She can sit there and do things. And we all know when you have stuff to do that keeps you busy, then that's very healthy. Very healthy. And she loves girly things. She loves hairbrushes, hair barrettes, fingernails, fingernail polish, perfume, things that make a girl feel good about themselves. And you ladies out there know what I'm talking about. So, again, if you cannot do anything, we understand. She would appreciate your prayers, a message, a note. She would appreciate anything. And if you have things, like I was told they're called white elephant gifts, if people have given you stuff and you're not using it, and you feel like she could use it, a blanket, a lap blanket, anything, send it to her. You got a pair of shoes. You might have worn them once or twice. You don't use them no more. Send them to her. Because anything that she gets, whether it is brand new or whether it has been used, she's going to love it. And it'll be more than what she's got now. So we thank each and everyone that has contributed to this, that has supported us, that has showed up, that has taken part in it and helping. We thank everyone that shows up in the chat, that keeps us going, gives us a reason to come back. We love visiting, we love talking, we love our mods, we love this channel. We love Larry and Edna. They're just good people. That's why I'm loyal and I keep coming back. This is an awesome channel. Like probably the realest channel I've seen on YouTube. To do something and follow through with it and show proof that it's true. Okay, so that's pretty much all for me, guys. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, Miss Blue Moon, you got one question and I asked Urban. What's the deal with the mailman? Maybe he can tell you where your package is.
Oh my gosh, Irvin, the mail is so messed up. Like everybody's mail going and coming, and like Larry and Nana sent me one, and it's still in transit. They sent it out on the 12th, and it was supposed to be here on the 16th. I still ain't got it, and all it will say is it's in transit. Do you know what transit means?
Yeah, it's on the way. It's on the way. The mail's messed up everywhere.
But Irvin, it has been sitting in Ohio for 5 days.
What did they tell you today? What didn't they say it was in something else? Networks.
Yeah. There's been people out here that have been waiting for packages. They had to go down to the post office down not our local post office, another post office, and sit and wait for their packages.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Miss
Yeah,
Lumen, go ahead.
Nobody wants to work. That's the problem. Nobody wants to work. The mail carriers are having, the mail people are having a hard time getting mail carriers.
Well, I'll work, Irvin. Okay, so if it's not here by Monday, I will need you to swing by, pick me up, so we can go to Ohio and get my package.
Okay.
I told her don't worry, it'll get there.
Yeah,
I need orientation.
I'm telling you, the mail out here, it's really messed up because you're allowed to smoke pot in Washington State, but you can't be a mail carrier because it's federal.
No, ain't that something?
We have 2 mail carriers out here that are steady right now because they can't get nobody else to work. Our lead mail person that runs our mail center here, I forget what you call them, the head lady goes out and she runs 2 routes. She starts at 9 o'clock in the morning and doesn't get home until 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be in running the office area.
Well, that's like the one day when I went out there when the red Jeep was there. I was like, well, that's odd. She got a different Jeep today. And then she goes, well, we had to call in reinforcements for these boxes because the packages is too much for her Jeep. So they got 2, one delivering letters and the other one delivering boxes.
Yeah. Well, then not last week, 2 weeks ago, somebody went in and poked holes in all the gas tanks of the post office vehicle.
Why would they do that?
Exactly. Why would they do that? So nobody got mail that day.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. I wouldn't be very happy with that.
No.
Because when that happens, and then you got to pull the fuel pump out, change the whole tank out, put it all back in. Heck, it could be up to a week before you get that mail truck back up and running.
Well, they had to bring some up from 2.5 hours away. They had to put them on rollbacks and bring them up from 2.5 hours away, one way, to get mail trucks up here until theirs gets fixed.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare.
Yes. Well, up here we have 1 cop per shift. We have 1 sheriff per shift, and they got they're covering. Let me see. It's 16 miles that way, 30 miles that way, 45 miles just on Route 20, and then their area goes out. So they're probably covering over 150 square miles. 1 sheriff.
But, if they need backup, they can get backup. But that's about the way it is here, too. It's hard to.
Larry, you're sounding like Dawn.
Okay, Larry, look, I'm gonna get down off of here.
Well, I was gonna cut it anyway.
Oh, okay, you getting ready to go?
Yeah, because my battery's at 5%.
Oh, that's what it is.
I plugged it in. It's.
Yeah, you
I
sound
don't
like
think
a
I'm.
bee.
Still sound like a bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you guys, and I'll try to come on tomorrow night or sometime try to talk to everybody.
Okay. Love you all. God bless and good night.
Yeah.
God bless you guys. Thank you for coming on, Irvin. Love it when you come on and we can hear you talk.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me, Larry.
Oh, no problem. Send me some of that good food.
Yeah, okay.